Hi everyone, Father James Mallon here, coming to you from my new parish, from the central location, St. Peter's Church. And my parish is named Our Lady of Guadalupe. I think you can see her behind me. And it's great to be with you today. And you've heard us talk about the three keys, and you see that in our logo, the key ring with the three keys. The key ring represents the Eucharist, prayer. But the three keys, the things that really make the difference in moving a parish from maintenance to mission. And remember, it's not that maintenance is bad and mission is good. Maintenance is good too, because we're talking about maintaining the flock. It's divinely mandated to maintain the flock. But if all we do is maintain the flock, every year the flock gets older and smaller. And so we need to be on mission. And we need to give our primary purpose, sense of purpose needs to be mission. That's the only way we're going to do it, because if our primary sense of purpose is to maintain the flock, we're never going to have time and energy to put towards mission. And so it's both. And what is it that helps make this difference? What we've discovered in looking back and reflecting on our own experience working with other churches are these three main keys. Those are the keys that unlock the door. The keys are not necessarily the essentials, because there are other things that are essential, such as the Eucharist. There's not a key. The Eucharist itself is not going to move a parish from maintenance to mission, because if that was true, every Catholic parish in the world would be missionary. But sadly it's not. So what are the three keys? The power of the Holy Spirit, the primacy of evangelization, and the best of leadership. And you're going to hear in the rest of this time together about the experience of the power of the Holy Spirit. We're not just talking about theoretical or theological abstract understandings of the Holy Spirit. We're talking about really people experiencing being filled with God's love in a transformative way. That really is what makes the difference. And the fact that we need as leaders to experience that same power, because we can have the best of leadership and you can have the best evangelistic tool, but if we ourselves are not seeking to be filled with the power of the Holy Spirit, renewal is not going to happen.
In that, we need to understand that parish renewal, there's a lot that goes into it. It's very complex. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces sometimes. But below all of that, we need the Holy Spirit's power to be working in us if we're going to see renewal happen within our churches. Parish renewal is not something that we can do in our own human efforts. It's something that we have to recognize that we are dependent on God for. And for everything else that we do here at Divine Renovation, we want the Holy Spirit to be at work empowering us in all of our activities. Jesus said in John chapter 15, verse 5, "I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit, because apart from me, you can do nothing." And Jesus in that was talking about the idea that we had to be surrendered and dependent on Him and allowing Him to work in and through us in the midst of our parishes. Part of what we always have to be keeping in mind is that parish renewal is a supernatural activity. And it's so easy to get excited about a vision. It's so easy to get excited about what your parish can be. But we have to be patient in stepping back and allowing the Holy Spirit to be working in us and working through us for this to happen. We need the Holy Spirit to empower us in our leadership. And sometimes what we have a tendency of doing is believing this idea that we have a theology of the Holy Spirit and thinking that's all we need to have. But part of what we have to do if we're going to take Jesus' words seriously is we need to step into a place of dependence on the Holy Spirit and not just be relying on the fact that we have this theological understanding. We need to activate the Holy Spirit's power in our leadership. So as we look at what it means to be empowered by the Holy Spirit, we believe that this is an intentional choice that leaders need to make to allow the Holy Spirit to work in us and through us, animating all that we do in our leadership. And so the bottom line of looking at the empowerment of the Holy Spirit is the fact that you can do it. You have the ability to lead a parish on mission through the power of the Holy Spirit. I love the words of Jesus in Acts 1:8 when he says, "But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem and all of Judea and Samaria and to the ends of the earth." As we look at Jesus' words in that passage, it isn't a possibility of what Jesus said. It's possible you could have power. No, what Jesus is saying, it's a promise. You will have power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. And so this gives us the ability to step into our leadership within our parishes. This gives us the ability to see fruitfulness within our parishes, trusting that God will come through on His promises to us. And we can lead our parishes towards renewal. We can lead our parishes towards fruitfulness through the power of the Holy Spirit.